So why you come to me with that foolishness, you know? You elect a prime minister, and is a prime minister run the country. It is time we learn to hold our leaders accountable for their actions and stop making excuses for them. Stop making excuses. Otherwise, go elect the people who really run in the country. And I don't want the right start that stupid argument. Hold the people you elect accountable and stop making excuses for them.
Hello, welcome. Happy Friday. Happy Friday to those in television land. Happy Friday to all our silent supporters, and happy Friday to everyone in the chat. Remember, guys, thumbs up the live when you come in. Share us out if you can, and if you're new to the channel, please show us some support by subscribing. That will be greatly appreciated. We started a bit earlier because they realized the election results are coming in. So let me just quickly bless up those in the chat. Monica, Doris McCoy, Beverly, Loris Beckford, Truck Clive, Sonia Foster, Patel Cruikshank, Avi, Chelsea Clinton. Welcome. Tonight's topic, turmoil in the camp and by election results. So Louis Longshaw, welcome. Happy Friday. Without any delay, I'm going to hand over to Byron so we can start, so we can tune into the results.
All right. All our listeners, I mean, we have to, we are so happy that we have to start a little bit early to catch some of the feed of what is going on. I am telling you all tonight, PNP is so victorious, and this is a strong sign, you understand, to Andrew Holness and his minion. You know what? I'm not even going to delay, right? Because I want to feed in you all in terms of what is happening. I want to say, John, big up yourself. Anyway, the John, you understand? Big up yourself. Honey, without any delay, right? Just invite our people to what is going on in the fever.
Should know this is crazy. Jay, representing the Mark Gold. That's why you want to get chosen in the corner. Remember, this election you will have to win. You hear that? Because the whole South St. Andrew. You understand me? All the gathers. You hear the church sound. Ringer, jungle. You understand me? All right, come on to your jungle. Yes, real. Yo, Mark Gold. we know them. And I hear them chant for conference or something. Them chant them conference or something. Anyway, comrades, we have this thing with comrades here. We're going to talk. Me man talk first, woman talk next, man talk first, woman talk next. So put your hands together and welcome Natalie Nita Garvey. Before we go on, let me say something. We have a party leader who we are very proud of. I have never seen a media road from party but Mark Gordon worked very, very hard for this. And I'm proud that you I like to put your hands. The time is united and ready to go. I'm a member of Parliament for Western Sintama. Comrade Tony Hilton is here. Go up, people power, people money power. Every time, people power, people money power. Comrade, we have every reason to celebrate tonight, comrade. Not only for the victory of the American and I know, and so comrade, this first
Big sense.
has not been in
Big sense. Rush hour.
has demonstrated that one are committed when we have a call.
I am going to be the next member of Parliament for Eastern Council. I promise I am proud to be here. I hold that put God down. What I know is that it's dirty. That is hard work. A woman that is going to deliver. A woman that is united to people. I promise that it is good today because it pull out for everyone. No matter how much
This time around, let us welcome Comrade Julian Robinson, the next Minister of Finance of the People's National Party government. Let us welcome on Comrade Kevin Ford Campbell, and the former member of Parliament, Comrade Benton Ferguson. Welcome, Comrade Julian Robinson. Comrade, good night. It's a big night for the People's National Party. We have won 2 by-elections. And here is the rest. Give you the country. They called in the election 2 days before their annual conference because they wanted something to celebrate. When we have sent them a message that the PNP is ready, and when they call the general, we're going to put them up. I want to thank you, the workers of the warriors. We stood up against money, we stood up against violence, we stood up against intimidation. Good always. So comrades, we could celebrate tonight, but let's continue to work in the morning. Because the ultimate prize is to want Jamaica forward, so that we can lift the living standards of everything in Jamaica and make Jamaica better state. One love, comrades, the word is love. Comrades, there's nothing wrong in that.
We have the music. All right.
Comrades, who was the winner today? Let's see a Rosa! Because, comrades, it's a new dawn. We are preparing, comrades, for greater things. And as it is today, when the PNP came together, all of us, to ensure victory, we were up against every force you could find. They went to our own, believing that they could conquer. They did everything in the street to conquer, but it never happened. And so tonight, as we celebrate this victory, all of us on the team came together. The comrade team that came out at least 3-4 times per week, working the comrade job to make this possible. Comrade Paul and Alan, and I must recognize Comrade Natalie up in Springard. How much you win by up there? Holy I want to congratulate. In relation to all youth in Turkey. But comrade, once again, my congratulations, comrade, always going early. And so I know the current day, comrade will look forward to a great result. Because preparation, that's the stuff in their road for Christmas. God bless you. God bless you. God bless you.
Oh, stop. Music stop.
You sure? Golden, good vibes that is holding. Yeah, check it. Clear the way when the big one's rolling. Hey! Golden! Yeah. Golden, ready. We're ready. Yeah, we're ready. We're ready. We're ready. We're ready.
It don't look like it is. But I hear one and oil factory. And I call it on it. It don't look like it is. But I hear one and oil factory. The man camps out. The man camps out. And trying to pour the boat. But even with all of that, we were able to increase from 96 votes in February to 110 votes today. And so while the calculation may have been that you're going to have the election on Friday so that you can celebrate on Sunday, I want to assure you that at least one of the circles that was supposed to keep in Kingston on Sunday thinking about canceling. And so, comrades, let us keep the unity and keep the momentum as we march toward the bigger prize, which is the paper, the thorough, and one love and family.
Yo, this is Bungie God and the Viking of Soup. But from the near the voice station, know this is Crazy J, representing the Mark 1.
and making sure that PNP will never be government. Enough love for us. We are restoring political order to this great constituency of St. Thomas Eastern. We have 3 councillors. Now we have 4 in the parish council again. And 4 of us. 10 will be more powerful in the parish council than the 6 on the other side. Now it's time for real change in the St. Thomas Parish Council, because together I am the rookie among 3 former players of St. Thomas in this Parish Council. So we have a solid base from which we will advocate for every single citizen of St. Thomas. And in a couple of months, we're going to raise roads a little bit higher. When he becomes the next member of parliament for this great constituency of St. Thomas Eastern. So I want you to give a new match with me now. New match with me now. 4 is greater than 6. That's for me. 4 is greater than 6. 4 of us in the Parish Council is going to get to the other 6, the other side. And I know that with that we will bring real change. We will bring real change. I don't want to be together. Let's keep working until we win. We really know who we are. One more.
God.
Almost done. One more.
PNP party. What's it? So we never think but from PhD. It don't make sense, somebody try to change me. We are not trying to go for the PhD. Step up the progress, the all of me. Alright, make your one of one of the shopping when they get the pocket cheering and something in like this, that we get the phone to your phone. There's no one mother, there's no one big, but those are what you nobody can suffer. Watch out the crowd him up like her. Step up for and fight, right back to the hill. From one to go back to shoot and kill. From that to go so my and kill. All we look up in the world, work hard and put up with him. Look how we root and fix up our city. From the city, back up to Kingston City. From one to go back to Fort. Let's go. I'm going to take it time. I'm going to use
our next member of parliament here. As I said to you earlier, Rose, them spend $1 billion in Marathi. Nothing more than that. And the comrades, along with you as our leader, stood up and resisted, and them have to cancel them content for Sunday now. So, listen, we are going to welcome the new counselor for the Marambay Division, Comrade Rosemary Shaw. Comrade Philip Caldwell, Comrade our one and only hey, comrade warriors, comrade Natalie, a woman with a kind and a loving heart, and a woman, a powerful woman, the president of the People's National Party Women's Movement is here with us, and she has done a marvelous job up in Stanton Road. Yes, time come. We're back. Are you ready to go up? My comrades from here and far, all came out and supported the process. Thank you, my comrades, for a resounding victory. This is a testimony. This is a testimony that money don't win elections. Comrades always stated the amount of money that has been spent since by-election, a little by-election, to by-election, a parochial election. The sort of vulgarity that was displayed in this division must be turned correct. It must be turned back. This is a national display. It's now that know that poor people want to be from food and cement and sand.
Comrades, some of them take the bait, comrades. But the majority of you put up and turn it back. Comrades, I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart. And I want to say to you that the work has just begun. I want to thank our beloved party leader, Mark Jefferson Golden, who's fighting with us night and day. Mark didn't come here with a bag of money, and the people showed that they love the People's National Party. The people showed that they love their leader of the People's National Party, and they love their local leader of the People's National Party. So, comrades, this one is for Watch It Run, Brian. I want to give up a shout-out, a big shout-out to Comrade Angela Brownberg. Where is she? You know, comrades, a lot of you was nervous when you saw what was happening.
Yeah, man. Crawford.
You saw the vulgarity on the ground. Comrade Damian Crawford came and he walked night and day. And I want to say to Comrade Crawford that this future belongs to the young people. That is what we are working for. A better future for our young people. And more television. Them talk about town center. The big building. Now we must fight to about it. Because I really have a benefit to know. I have a benefit them big friends. And I say this without fear. And I say this without apology. It is time to turn to the social and economic needs of our poor people. This so, comrades, I saw Prime Minister today. He walked in most of the police stations. And you know, the only person that is supposed to be that police station is a politician. And I saw the police officers, I want to say police officers, I want to stand up on the foot. I want to better than that. Because law and order must be maintained. The electoral law of the land must be maintained. And regardless of what, the turn back. The turning back. Morris Division, Eastern St. Thomas, my colleague, thank you. One love, one heart, one
We got the chairman of the People's National Party, Angela Brownberg, to the ground. Big up Angela. Big up Angela. Say what they do. Big up Angela. This is going for the people. Not golden. It's a nice kind of progress. Man with a full life, you know, different people, not complex. And that's about that reason. Come on. Listen, we have a general secretary who is a general. And credit to be given to a general secretary, Comrade Dayton Campbell. Put your hands together for Comrade Dayton Campbell. The PNP united and ready for victory. Fake news. I get good.
Sorry for the complex here as them. Some of you was on sub. Oh, it look, tell me. Is a good look or what? The National Party has taken the Marante division seat. A crocus bag of things that take place in a Marante in a Paul Bogo Square. And Big Super is on the ground. Big Super is inside the building. People hope you enjoy the coverage. I'm tired of me, I go to my bed now. You take care of yourself.
All right.
More blessings to one and all.
Lock off and make it remain. Yes, my Jamaican people, when you see that we have to jump out early because of the victory, Morant Bay gone clean. What? No, from ever since that, we have been, on here, this is my most wonderful moment. A joy that I cannot really explain. But you know what is so beautiful of this is that I want to say to my Jamaican people, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Believe you me, goose pimples just take me all over, man. Goose pimples is just taking my body all over. Right? Because the people are receiving the truth. Right now, when it comes to the people receiving the message, they are like sponge and they're absorbing the message. Right now, let me say this to Andrew Holness, right? Administration, that no matter the series of lies you want to tell, no matter your PR machine, no matter the campaign money that you want to get from all illicit means, right? None of that can help you. None of that can help you because today, God himself is with the Israelites. God himself is with the Israelites. And God is not going to allow his people to be suffered by you. God is not going to allow his people to be suffered by Pharaoh. And I tell you, Andrew Holness, that you're a Pharaoh. What you have done to the people, right? There's no hiding place for you. You cannot be hidden, right? Under your articulation of your PR. The people know you. And I know that tonight you are going to be trembling. You are trembling. you know that no matter what you do, and let me tell you something, let me tell Jamaican people, don't worry about if you know they are going to steal the election. Let me tell you something. Remember, I have spoken to people, right? And confirm and reconfirm that we are watching them from all angles. Let me say this, from satellite, everywhere, right? Our eyes are on you, and you can't leave this election, you know. So what I'm saying to Jamaican people, right? As it relates to what Morant Bay reflecting tonight, please use this to go out and vote, because your vote, every vote is going to be counted. There is no plan of the demons. There is no, even in the highest of heights and the lowest of low, right? Andrew Wallace and his minions cannot win. Cannot win, right? God will not allow you. We are fighting not only a physical warfare, we are fighting a spiritual warfare, right? The demons that you have cast on the people, Andrew Wallace, right? Social media, right, is removing the veil over the people's eyes, telling them the truth, right? The truth cannot be hidden. Your involvement in SSL, let me talk to you, Andrew Wallace, your involvement in SSL cannot be hidden. There is much more to come out of SSL, right? That is so alarming that you and Nigel Clark is trying to suppress, right? But guess what? It's just a matter of time. Andrew, remember that Mystic Sensation saying this to you. It's just a matter of time. Now, I am someone who followed Dan Anderson, but let me say this. And I know that Dan Anderson tried to be politically correct. But the last poll that have Mark Golden in a 9% margin lead, right? Let me tell you something, JLP. It is much more than that. Right? We don't know hesitation. It is much more than that. And you are going to see the general election is going to tell you. This is just a warm-up precursor of what is coming. Right? A warm-up precursor of what is coming. Right? Andrew Wallace, you are naturally evil. You are naturally evil. Right? From day one, you venture into the politics. Right? You enter it with a spell. You enter it with clear intentions that you are going to corrupt the system. From day one, you enter the political fray. Right? It wasn't peaceful. It wasn't peaceful. The first election that you participated in wasn't peaceful. It had to go through court. Right? And from then on, right, it is just bangarang after bangarang and evil after evil. Right? But let us begin our program. Now, let us show you in terms of how people finish away with Andrew Wallace. Right? Today, I'm just going to give some quick one back. Farmwood Girl said, Mystic, money cannot win no more. Let me tell you something, Farmwood Girl. Right? The way how Andrew Wallace corrupted the system, right, is, trust me, it's beyond comprehension. Right? The level of evil that he had done. Viciousness, wickedness to the people. Right? This man has no heart. Right? And so then, remember that the spell that he had put the people through and the lies that he told. Tonight, I'm going to show people something that he is now trying to change the narrative, right, in speaking some of the truth about the People's National Party. Unbelievable, people. Remember, he said 18 years PNP had done nothing But I'm going to play a clip now that he's taking time coming back, right? And even if he is now admitting that PNP had performed, we don't want to hear nothing from him, right? The years of trickery, right? And the mayhem that he had caused the Jamaican people. Now let us get into, right, our clip here, right? Just show some rundown of what happened today, right? Because we have many more coverage to cover tonight. Tonight, we are going to get into the business of dealing with some serious situations tonight. But I am so glad and so proud of my Jamaican people, right? Listening to the message, right? And able to decipher the truth for themselves. No joke. No paper, look at this, right? This can't help him.
More security than Donald Trump.
Yeah. Market G to the world. Market G to the world. Rosemary Short to the world. Yes, sir. One PNP. One PNP. Yeah, man. Victory is a must. PNP was say. Yes, sir. We're gonna need no helicopter. Why the Prime Minister come down with a barrage of security? Security, you think someone will take him on a center? Yes, sir. None of this don't make no sense. Watch your security and look when Marky G roll in. People come with Marky G, you know. Marky G don't need no security. No security, Marky G.
Running
without security. Which is the Prime Minister, you all away now.
Run him, man.
Rosemary Short to the world today. Bye. Bye. What's up? This don't look safe at all. Jamaica Constabulary. This don't look safe at all. Prime Minister come up with a barrage of security. Hello? I'm Jamaican, this is nobody not troubling. Nobody not troubling, man. Yes, ma'am. Yeah, walk up the roadside. Barbara Stevens. Yeah. What a bitch is going to be. In just left, yeah, me no find. One come in a cap down, one come with a barrage of security. Oh, yeah. What can go so? Can somebody find Damien Crawford for me? What can go so? One people are not trouble the Prime Minister, sir. I remember the president.
Now, well, people, when it reach a stage like that, right, where they can tell the Prime Minister, right, to his face and talk loud in his hearing and say, yeah, time come, right? When Marky G the roll through here, so Marky G no need no security, right? Because Marky G get the love of the people, the love, 100% pure love. People, let us think about what we are talking about tonight, right? It is not like PNP have any money, you know. I have the, the type of cash, right? What the Prime Minister have, because the Prime Minister a billionaire. Don't tell me about it. The Prime Minister alone, the Prime Minister and his wife, they are billionaires. But look, I tell you that when the people, right, made up their mind, all their minds made up, and they're done with you, Andrew. So there is no money that you can spend to buy vote, right? Because the people are wiser. The people are wiser, right? There's no amount of money, right, that can be spent. And we're glad how J.C. Hutchinson, right, told us, right, what the MPs are doing. It came out of the mouth of J.C. Hutchinson, right? In terms of giving box food and $5,000 is a shame. The way the Jamaican Labour Party members of Parliament turn their backs on the people, right? And belittle them to $5,000 on a box food. That is what you believe that a Jamaican life value. Let me ask you something, Andrew Honest. You and your minion believe that a Jamaican life value a box food and $5,000, right? J.C. Hutchinson, I am coming to you tonight because I'm going to pull up some things and remind the people what you have done and what you have been investigated for by the Integrity Commission, right? Don't think we don't remember that, so we are going to pull up that for you tonight, right? And make the people know, say you are corrupted to the core, right? So let us take our time, right, and dealing with the juggling. But as we said, we're glad for the information as it relates to what J.C. Hutchinson uttered out of his mouth, right, as a member of Parliament, to show you that the man is not thinking, right, to go on a public platform and state something like that, right, admitting to the corruption, the core corruption of the Jamaican Labour Party, right? There is no spin doctor can save Jamaican Labour Party, right, from what is coming. A blowout victory, one that I've never seen, right, in Jamaica. Remember, I've been warning him. Remember, I've been warning. Andrew, you are going to get a landslide beating. Because the truth be told, right, in any modern democracy, right, you shouldn't be up in the people's face doing all what you are doing, and campaigning, right? You know, and I know, right, and decent citizens of Jamaica know that in a modern democracy, right, you shouldn't be given the opportunity based on what the allegation centers around you and based on what is evident. It is no more an allegation. Let me say this. Let me say this out clear to you, Andrew. It is no more an allegation in terms of what you involved with as it relates to SSL. It is no more an allegation as it relates to what is clearly investigated by the Integrity Commission and what we had witnessed in terms of the Integrity Commission investigation. Showing you having 28 accounts and showing we have $470 million running through those accounts. And what were the years involved? What were the years involved? And you want to let me remind you. The year involved in that as it relates to the $470 million running through your through various accounts of yours, right? 2020, the height of the pandemic. The height of the pandemic. Where that affected, right, global businesses or affect businesses on a global level. But that is a time when you, as a garden to your line lips, that you get mass return on investment. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? And simultaneously, when you are doing that, when you are doing your anti-punky, you lock down the people on the COVID policies. You don't want anything wickeder than that, right? 3 years, you take having more than $470 million running through, and you want people to come and support you. Eh? You want people to come and vote for you, right? As I said, sir, you should step aside and anticipate for judiciary processes. It is plain and simple. It is plain and simple. Your Caribbean leaders, right? A lot of Caribbean leaders turn them back at you, Andrew, because you're a slave, right? You disgrace the entire Caribbean basin. I put it out of Jamaica now. You disgrace the entire Caribbean basin. Just imagine, people, get in the true facts. Let us put out the politics. Let us put out the politics, right? And when you pull yourself from the politics and look at it, ask yourself the question: which other Caribbean leader, which other leader in the Caribbean, in the history of the politics as you know it, since the abolition of slavery, in the history of the entire politics, right? Which which prime minister in the Caribbean has ever, right, gotten 28 accounts. And not only I have 28 accounts, having 28 accounts doing what? Doing what? No one in the history of the Caribbean, sir, right, in the entire Caribbean basin. And you want to come sell your lie narrative and try to get away with it, right? While you and Nigel Clark cook up to make you cross carry left Jamaica, right? Eh? And you're out there campaigning. Man, you should shame, but you don't have any shame, right? You should be shame on yourself. But guess what? You don't have any shame and you don't have any pride. And that's why you're doing what you're doing. You're heartless, right? You're worse than inferior. Worse than inferior. But people need to look, right? The PSOJ need to see you for who you are, right? The umbrella group of churches need to come out, but even them silent too, right? And watch you corrupting a portion of the criminal justice system, right? Because you have the DPP in your pocket. So you think now you can manipulate the system, you can bully the system, right? You can force to resign, right? A veteran politician like a Carl Samuda, a Mike Henry, right? Yes, you can do anything what you want to do because you're a dictator. You're a dictator, but you are juggling. Let us get into all angles. Let us get into some business of the night, my folks. Yeah. Now, let us show the behavior of the other half of the owners, right? Like the husband, like the behavior of the husband is same thing like the wife. Look on the wife behavior today. Look on the wife behavior today. Right? Let us show that clip. Right? Let us show that clip. The wife want to access the polling station, right? Unauthorized. Yes. Look at this, people. Look at this.
Right, you're my boss. Yeah? No, sir, I don't have none. People, right now they lock out Juliet Olin. She can't go in there, but she won't go in there. Juliet, you not go in there because you're going to have a couple of sitting each up in your pants. Couple of food. No, you're not going to Juliet. Mark go in there same way. Mark go in there. Damon Crawford there. People are being hierarchy there from town right now. Right now. Yes. See the people. Comrade leader Mark Golden is here. You understand with the panel live. We make sure everybody all right. You understand? TNP. Oh look. People. Juliet Wallace can't go in there. If she go in there, we are going there too. She can't go in there today. A PNP business we are fixed. Power tap the screen, guys. Power tap the screen, TikTok. See that? Power tap the screen, TikTok. Power tap the screen. Power tap the screen. We just get news that Juliet Wallace want to go in there and lock her road. She can't go in there. She can't go in there today. No, Juliet, you're not going there, Juliet. You look a bit on too much. Call it Sunday for the bad. Call it Sunday, Andrew. Call it Sunday, Andrew. We're waiting patiently. Call it Sunday. Call it Sunday, Andrew. Call it. You look at conference empty already and not start yet. Call it. And Juliet, you're not going there. You're not going there, Juliet. You look a bit on too much. Boy, you want to go in there. Boy, you want blood clot water. All of a sudden, Juliet Wallace want to go buy water and a big old place. You want to call the vote them. You're not going there, Juliet. A PNP business we are fixed tonight. Yes. Boy, you want to go in there. And people lock him out and say you can't go in there. People breaking news. We think we have some disturbance going on in Claude Mackay. Up Claude Mackay, because I know Juliet Wallace want to go in the place. And the people say, no, Juliet, you can't go in there. So, hold on. Make us sit down, people. Make us sit down. We are going in scoop, you know. We are going. Respect Joe, man. I'm moving up. Yeah, move. My father. People, reporting live. Reporting live.
We hear some little disturbance are going up a Claude McKay. Like Juliet owners want to go in the room, but the people say, no, you can't come in at Juliet. So right now she a mad out, she aunt it because of PNP a lead. See, and she want, what she want to go in there go do for something? Why she want to go in there? Eh? Why Juliet owners want to go in there and cause disturbance up at GMC? Why? So people who want the authority, want the police, them go circle up at GMC and make sure everything all right. Because Julius Wallace now go in there. So reporting live, we in North Clarendon, a bag hole. But confirm report that Julius Wallace are trying to go in and report them account. And the people say, no, you can't come in tonight, Juliet. Tonight is not your night. You look a bit on too much.
But people want to jump in the comments and tell me what you think. This is a second.
Let us take away that clip, right? Now, let me tell you something, Jamaica. Don't worry. We have persons who ask me, Mystic or Byron, do you believe that the election is going to be safe in terms of, the count, people votes being counted? Let me say this to your people. This is a solid proof, right? That the People's National Party, and a matter of fact, is for those PNP, those original comrades who had, never participated in the previous election, everybody that come out knowing. That's why I can say that, listen, JP in trouble, big trouble. And guess what? Every vote is going to be counted. Every eyes, right? Alert. As we said, we'll be watching them from the east. We'll be watching them from the west. We'll be watching them from the north. We'll be watching them from the south. And because we are alert, we are telling Juliet, say, Juliet, you can't go in there. Juliet, you can't go in there. No matter if you use the excuse, but you want to go in there to buy water, Juliet, you can't go in there. Because guess what? We have our watchers everywhere. Now, let me tell you something. The general election is going to worsen. Right? Because I'm going to tell you something, say, even the wise have eyes. So, regardless of one plan, right? Anytime the ballot taken to the appropriate place to be counted, right? They will be followed on the ground. They will be followed in the air because we know who is Andrew Holness. Right? And we now make him lay out our thing. We now make him lay out our success, our progress. Right? This is not like the 100 days that you promise and never deliver. Right? We make sure we are going to deliver in ensuring that every single person vote being counted. So don't worry. People don't worry. I am saying, gather your strength, right? To each one, tell your neighbors, tell your friend, come out and vote because your vote is going to be counted, right? Remember, you see what we do today? What we have done today? Moran beer, clean, PNP, take that. You understand? We are sure them in, right? And you what happened now? This is a message to them. Right, because them conference will have to be postponed. They're going to have to go back now to the table and try to think what really happened. Yes. Now for some of those who you know that they are pampas wearers, right? Who don't need more pampas. You are going to need more pampas. I wonder if confused and listen to me. Let me tell you something. Confused? Well, let me tell you something, please. you know, say you work the government $60 million. You know. So remember, you know, say if PNP win, right? Anyway, if you get it from me, I'm going to find you know. You understand? Because we want people to, you understand? Pay them liquidity. Pay them liquidity. Now, if you can't pay, then you have to just close down and just exit. Close, and exit. All right? Close and exit. Right? That's all I tell you, Cliff use. All the anti-punky where you're going, all the spinning where you want to spin, all the way, blah, blah. And that makes sense to try to come like you want company PNP ticket, you know, because we know who you are. Right? So you're not bother with that. Now, make me just lift up a little thing. Right? That's why I want to make sure, say, we're upon par tonight, you know. Now, let us get back into some business in the order of the night tonight. Right? All angles. Let us touch all angles news channel. Right? And let us get into some little issues here that we want to really, you know, clear out. You know what I mean? Clear it out and deal with it. What a happy feeling tonight.
St. Andrew North Central and Clarendon Central. And your colleague over there is in Manchester North.
No. Clarendon Central, represented by Mr. Mike Henry, Mr. Mike Henry OJ, and St. Andrew Northwest, North Central, represented by Member of Parliament Carson Wood, also another of the longest serving member in Parliament. But Mr. Mike are sharing the tape together. Both will not contest the next election, but the selection process will chip in at some point before. Both consensus are strong, both are stable, have effective organization. So we don't have a challenge in identifying the flag bearer at any point in time. In the case of Northeast Manchester, there's some contest which reflects the energy in the constituency. But as I said, we are currently going to general conference with a focus on carrying out a successful conference to ensure our message will resonate across the country. And we will then look quickly at how we settle the leadership for all the consensus as we go into the new year.
All right. Well, let me tell Horace Chang something. Let me just remind Horace Chang something. Yes, Horace Chang, the GLP message resonates throughout Jamaica, right? I don't know which message you want to talk about, you know. But GLP message as it relates to SSL and all the corruption, yeah, man, it resonates throughout all Jamaica. Yeah, we know, right? So for the message they have, okay, we are aware of it. We are aware of that, right? Now, but it goes to show you one of the reasons why we're getting back there is the behavior of Andrew Holness. Because really and truly, you know, the decision in terms of booting out Carl Samoda, right, and Mike Henry, right, couldn't come from Horace Chang and didn't come from Horace Chang. But this is the way how Andrew Holness, right, done his thing, right, because Andrew Holness is a dictator, right? And let me say this, Andrew Holness. Now, if you were a man of conscience, you would know that you are the cancer, right, of the party. You created the cancer within the Jamaica Labour Party, right? And you should remove yourself. The problem that the Jamaica Labour Party have at this time is you. And from once you're tied, right, to the Jamaica Labour Party, right, yes, the party is going to lose significantly because you and Juliet Holness, you understand, you are the core of the problem of the Jamaica Labour Party. Let us get into, right, the next clip. Jamaica Mary Jane. Right? Yeah, let us get into show you something. We are juggling this fast because this have been touched already, but we're just going to, right? I want to show Jamaican people, right, as it relates to, you know, the real reason, right, why people are just moving away from Andrew Holness, the level of corruption, nepotism, cronyism, skullduggery, right, the bully tactics.
Length of service. There will be a time when you will wish to withdraw and give a younger person an opportunity to go forward. But there are certain preconditions before anything of that kind takes place, not the least of which the common courtesies that I owe the people who have given me their full support. Courtesies on both sides of the political divide. As you know, I won for both JLP and PNP in the same seat. And until those preconditions are properly managed and the communication flow is appropriate, I was more than surprised to be told and to have this type of announcement made without any reference to me.
All right, take it away, honey. Right? Let me show you something. Right? I am surprised that caused some more surprise in terms of the behavior of Andrew Holness. Right? Let me say this categorically clear. Right? Andrew Holness have no regards for no one. Because if Andrew Holness did have any regards for Usain Bolt, right? Usain Bolt wouldn't have lost his money. And other people wouldn't have lost their money. Investors in general wouldn't have lost their money if Andrew Holness and Nigel Clark didn't have any regards for any Jamaican people. SSL should show every Jamaican that this man, Andrew Holness, the Prime Minister, has no regards for nobody, no one. Let me show you clarity again. If this man did have even regards for his wife, he wouldn't be out there, you understand, shouting that he's the girls, them bubblegum. He doesn't mind being the girls bubblegum. I know, so you're married. Have some level of respect, right? You bring the parliament in disrepute, right? You bring the country leadership in disrepute, right? Have you seen Michael Manley, right, gone out there saying that he's girls them bubblegum? You see, PJ Patterson have done that, right? Edward Siaga, bad for bad, he didn't do that. But he's the girls them bubblegum, right? And yet you're a married man. Have some regards for your wife, right? You're making people looking on your wife as a piece of, you understand, a cheap cloth, to say the least. Because if you don't respect your wife, do you expect other people to respect your wife? Right? Have some regards, man. Right? Put some pep in your step. Right? Let us move on. Right? And show you how the Prime Minister is moving in terms of his level of disrespect, right? To both himself. Being disrespectful to the office that he holds. And disrespecting the Jamaican people. Artenel said, this man takes responsibility for absolutely nothing. Exactly. Right? JLP playbook. Blame it on 18 years of PNP administration. I am telling you. Right? Now, let us show you that the Prime Minister have no regards, right, for no one. Right? And his despicable behavior is not now. But let us remind us. Let us go to the pre-signed letter. Let us go to that and show you what Andrew Holness really make up of. Oh, people. Yes. Just look at this. My people. Look at this, people. Pre-signed letters, all Holness idea. Right? Remember this, people. published Friday, February 2015, right? Let us get into it. On November 15, 2013, the day of my purported resignation from the Senate, I publicly stated that I drafted the pre-signed and dated letters of resignation, drafted them, not crafted them, at the request of the opposition leader, Andrew Holness. This is how Andrew Holness behaved. Let us get into it. It is now being treated as undisputed fact that the letters were my idea and solely my doing. I reject the statement that gave rise to that view. To understand how this view has come about, it is necessary to go back to the affidavit that were filed in the court. In my affidavit filed on November 19, 2013, in the constitutional case, I said at paragraph 7 to 11, the following, that I was actively involved with the leader of the opposition in his deliberation as to his choice of persons to recommend to the Governor General of Jamaica for appointment as senators. I want to show you how Andrew Holness behaving now with him bullying him. So then, that the leader of the opposition was deeply concerned that no one, so people, I want you to read, listening to this, open quote, that the leader of the opposition was deeply concerned that no one should be appointed who was not likely to be, during the term of office, committed to the position of the Jamaica Labour Party in respect of the Caribbean Court of Justice, and who could therefore be likely to vote other than in accordance with the official position of the Jamaica Labour Party. And that is to take that away. Right? Take that away. So then, you understand the reason why those, unsigned letter was done, right? Forcing his own people, to say then if you don't support the party decision, right, you are going to be what? Terminated. Now, just imagine, people. Just imagine. Without Andrew Holness not considering that each member of parliament, right, that is in parliament, had been elected by its constituency. And so then that elected member, right, has responsibility to his constituency in terms of representation. And so then if you have a policy, right, that member of parliament believes that, okay, I am going to be on the side of a policy that benefits the constituency and in extension Jamaican people. And you decided that, okay, you're going to do up some unsigned letter resignation. Right? That if they don't come your way, right, you're going to penalize them. That is full-fledged dictatorship. Full-fledged dictatorship. So now I am shaping that to say to you that where Andrew Holness, right, is now coming out and act as if members of parliament, right, are faulted, and so then he's going to take the decision in terms of cleaning the Jamaica Labour Party. Listen to me, you are the one who, right, caused the corrosion in the Jamaica Labour Party and should clean yourself. You are the one who caused the corrosion in the Jamaica Labour Party and you should clean yourself. But no, you're a dictator, you're a narcissist. And so then you don't see no wrongdoing, you don't accept no wrong, you don't accept no responsibility. And so then even when the Integrity Commission asks you, right, to explain your wealth, right, and you cannot explain your wealth, and now you're pushed to a corner where now FID is going to now have to investigate you, and for you, you understand, to explain your wealth. Because you don't want to do that. What is your mission now? Your mission is to seek judicial review, right, and want to eliminate the Corruption Act that deals with illicit enrichment. So then, as it relates to the unsigned letter that you are showing in terms of your behavior, right? You're a bully. You're a dictator, right? So that behavior that you have demonstrated with the letter, right? Want to force the people to sign, right? That letter of resignation, right? Undated letter of resignation. This is the way how you behave. So when you stay behind Strong, and for Strong to come out and deal with Carl Somuda, right? The entire world know that it is you. This is what you have done with the undated letter, right? And this is your behavior. It is your classic MO. It is your MO. It is the very same way that you are behaving with the Integrity Commission, right? So then we want to know what is going to be your step after December 6th, right? Anticipating that the court may not in support of you. What are you going to do then, right? We are anticipating that behavior as well because we know the behavior that we expected, all right? Now, let us go to when we talk about a politician that is conniving, that is full of trick, people, and I'm glad that we have someone from within the Jamaica Labour Party that is coming out and speaking the truth. So when we said that, okay, what is the reason or the justification for Andrew Holness to have given, right, his members of parliament 200 and 300% raise? Andrew Holness now claim that he's so articulate, right, that he can come out and justify it. What he came out and justified with. He said clearly that, you know, because members of parliament are not being paid well, right? Also, they are not performing well. And if you pay the members of parliament well, then they will perform well. Andrew Holness did not stop there. He said, I will ensure that they pay well and perform well because, of course, higher pay will deal with high performance and he will set up a performance matrix for them to ensure that they are performing. That was what Andrew Holness said to Jamaica in justifying the reason for the 200 and 300% raise. Well, let us see, people. Let us see. Now, let us play the next clip. Let us play the next clip and let us see if Andrew Holness followed through his promise, right? Because guess what? Now we are hearing now from the inside, right? And let us decide for ourselves if Andrew Holness had followed through as it relates to his promise in terms of ensuring that politicians will perform better. Let us look, people. Hear this.
The party is gone. And I don't know what it will take to resurrect it. Because even in my own constituency, that, you know which part me upset with, Andrew? When I go to the party after 1 year and tell them what going on in the constituency, and it a mash up. People like the one, Delroy Williams. Him, if Delroy had taken a stand as the era council deputy chairman and Winston Ennis and the deputy leader, Desmond McKenzie, he might tell me, say him never know them things that did go on in the constituency. Nobody told him. I don't believe him. Because a whole heap of constituency go to them era council and talk to them about the member of parliament them, and no action was taken because it's something the whole of them organized to do, to disrespect the people them and handle them like dog. And now election are come. The leader of the party have to do house to house. The leader of the party have to go up on platform. I beg the workers them to support the party. That should never be. No leader.
Let me tell you something, people. So that clear indication that none of the members of parliament as it relates to Jamaica Labour Party administration is performing in their constituencies. Right? Rosalie is saying that 3 years ago, right, he had spoken to the relevant authority to pay keen attention to that because people are not getting the representation as they are to get it. Now, this is not someone who came from outside or someone outside criticizing, critiquing the Jamaica Labour Party, right? This person is what would I call a lieutenant of the Jamaica Labour Party, right? Someone who is what you call a seasoned soldier. And that person is saying, based on her observation, right, that the party lose focus. And remember what she also said, that a group of them, right, decided to treat the people badly. Remember, pick out everything what she's saying. That a group of them decided, you understand, to treat the people badly. And what she said? She said, maybe there is no formula to bring back the Jamaica Labour Party as it relates to the abyss that the Jamaica Labour Party is in. This is coming from a lieutenant within the party saying that. Now, let us finish with them and get into more serious business of the day. Now, people, let us jump along a bit here. I am going to play a clip. And I want you to hear this, people. Yes, I am going to play a clip and I want you to hear this. Now, before, hold on. Let me say something to the people. Now, when we look on the NHT and what Andrew Holness led administration had done with NHT, it is a crying shame. That should tell every Jamaican citizen that the Jamaica Labour Party administration has no love and care for the Jamaican people. On the basis of how the NHT was formed, created by Michael Manley, right? And for contributors who have contributed to NHT, low-income homes, so that the ordinary Jamaicans, right, from once they're working and contributing, right, they would have the opportunity, right, in getting a house from NHT. The GLP administration had taken away that opportunity. And it's a crying shame that now, 2024, the Jamaica Labour Party administration is asking for a third term after turning their backs on the Jamaican people. Now, people, I want you to listen to this clip properly. Play harmony.
For his statement 2 months ago that the National Housing Trust is not a welfare institution. PNP General Secretary Dr. Dayton Campbell is the latest to take a jab at the Prime Minister. Sandy Williams reports.
PNP General Secretary Dr. Dayton Campbell is concerned about what he describes as the lack of housing solutions across the country. And to add fire to fury, Dr. Campbell is still disgruntled about a comment made by Prime Minister Andrew Holness on May 20 that the National Housing Trust is not a welfare institution, but rather a financial institution. At the time, Mr. Holness indicated that the NHT has to be operated like a business so it can function effectively.
Ain't nobody asking you, Mr. Prime Minister, for welfare.
because none of us now come look no welfare. What we are simply saying is that we are the contributors to the LHC, and we want the LHC to serve the purpose that Michael Joshua Manley put it in place for, to build houses so that we can live in dignity. That's what we're asking for. And if you think you can mash up Michael's legacy, you make a sad mistake.
While noting that housing is very important to the people of Jamaica, Dr. Campbell adds that the Andrew Holness-led administration's handling of housing solutions is a disgrace when compared to the number of housing the PNP provided when it was in power.
Pride and operation, pride and everything. Housing schemes them out. PTA and people go some of them. Him said just the minister of housing go home then. Lo and behold, me live to see one man when them a try to tell East and West Prime Minister, who is the worst thing one to Jamaica. Driving around Jamaica, only one decade house in a home. That's a housing scheme. Not in one apartment complex. In a home, one decade house. And come and make big talk. Prime Minister, you're a disgrace to the people of this country who need proper housing.
Let me say this. If the Prime Minister of the arm is wondering, right, as it relates to the victory of what took place in Moran-Bay today, wait, these situations that, you have caused the evil, that you have caused on the Jamaican people, right, in terms of having them losing the opportunity in becoming homeowners, right? But we are going to open the can of worm tonight and show Jamaican people how much money that NHT is actually making and the little benefit, little marginal benefit that has been given to the Jamaican people under the administration of the Jamaican Labour Party. It's a cruelty. It's a cruelty. And that's what Nathan Campbell said, that he's going around opening one diggy house. Right? And this is what he has done, going around, give away one donkey, that's all. Right? It's not a foolishness, and the PR stunt. This man is a political artist. But people, this clip that I'm going to play is what has been proven as evidence, and as it relates to Lisa Anna, giving the stat, giving the data, people are going to see what we are talking about as it relates to this Andrew Holness-led administration. How vicious this Andrew Holness-led administration is. Now, let us get into so that the people can hear this. Look at this, people. Look at the wickedness. Look at the wickedness.
Trust me. And I just dropped some bombshells about the NHT, and trust me, you don't want to miss this. This is the 10 most shocking facts she revealed. Facts that will have you thinking twice about what's really going on with your money. Fact number 10.
Now, according to the Ministry of Finance and Planning, for the financial year ending 2024, the NHT collected Jamaican $43 billion in income.
$43 billion. That's how much the NHT brought in for the last financial year. But here's the question. Where's all that money going? Fact number 9.
They spent close to $13 billion, actually $12.946 billion in operating the entity.
They spent $13 billion just running the business. How much of that could have gone towards building actual homes? I'll leave that up to you to figure out. Fact number 8.
As the average number of housing completions by the National Housing Trust from 2018 to 2022 is only 2,157 per annum annually.
So only about 2,100 homes a year for the past 4 years. But we're paying NHT tax every month. Fact number 7.
When a homeowner even gets a mortgage loan of approximately $12 million from the NHT, half of the money comprises the organization administrative costs.
Imagine paying back a $12 million loan and half of it is just admin fees. What are they really doing with all that money? Fact number 6.
When you look at the NHT's accounts, they generated a surplus of $21.8 billion for the financial year 2023-2024.
$21.8 billion surplus, and yet we're still stuck in this housing crisis. This isn't making sense at all. Why is the NHT sitting on all this cash instead of getting Jamaicans into homes? Fact number 5.
They reported that they delivered only 1,627 solutions for 2023, and they've never exceeded 2,700 solutions annually since 2018.
Just over 1,600 homes for a whole year. With all that money, maybe it's time for the NHT to stop with the lofty promises and focus on delivering what's feasible. We've got to call it out. Fact number 4.
Over 13 of their executives are earning above $16 million in annual salaries.
So, NHT executives are making over $16 million a year while we're out here trying to get a roof over our heads? Let that sink in. Fact number 3.
The managing director is earning $34.2 million.
For what? Delivering less than 2,000 homes a year? Sounds like someone's getting rich off the struggle. Fact number 2.
Because they reported to Parliament earlier this year that they intend to start about 15,000 new housing solutions for this financial year.
15,000 new homes promised, but they've only delivered 1,600. That's a huge gap. And at this rate, 15,000 sounds like a pipe dream. Fact number 1.
I know people don't like when you use Singapore. Their social housing has delivered over 1 million units spread across close to 25 towns and 3 estates, giving a home to over 80% of Singapore's resident population.
Meanwhile, we're struggling to build a fraction of that. If other countries can do it, why can't we? After hearing all of that, what are your thoughts on NHT? It's clear something needs to be done about this.
So when we look on the atrocities, the abuse of the Jamaican people, and particularly the NHT contributors, to know that NHT with a $28 billion surplus, $28 billion surplus that NHT sits on, and people in Jamaica, the poor people, right? People are doing the 9 to 5, and you understand, having the difficulty, right? People have been contributing to NHT for years. Jamaican people, I want you to think about this, that you have people been contributing for more than 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, and can't get a home while the NHT sitting on a surplus of $28 billion. And this administration, right, is saying that they care for Jamaican people. They are fixing the economy. Fixing the economy where? Where is it, Andrew? Tell us where. Tell us how are you fixing the economy? Are you providing homes for the needy? Huh? No, you are not. No. I want to turn to J.C. Hutchinson. But Jamaican people, let me say this to you. Where you have a party with, every single member of parliament, right, as according to Rosie, right, is a non-performer. Non-performer. And as according to Rosie, right, totally not giving no representation as it relates to the length and breadth of Jamaica. So the government is an entire failure, extremely failure. Now, let us get into this because you are juggling a little thing yourself. Eagle boss. So let us do the true reason of what Rose is talking about when we talk about lack of representation. Don't tell me about that.
And that's why the JC people can move right now. Because when we look on the road, JC not the long they look over all long. Let's not look all long. Look on the straight road. Look at what done. All JC are behave like that. Man, we go one side, man. I think time move now, man.
Over the years in a power, and I don't see what he is doing to Northeast West, Northwest St. Elizabeth. So he must go in, can expire, so he must go make a younger set come and take his seat. The last election, I don't vote for Ochi. So the next election, next year, then say run, I will never vote if he no come out. We get rid of Ochi.
Them time has come, you know. In fool the people, them has enough. And the people that make up their mind and you know, say, higher authority need to come on the ground and come know what I want.
All right. Look at that now because we are juggling fast. Right? Make you listen in response. Because there's something that I am going to bring up with Hutchinson, you know. That's why I play about them old clips. I know only hear it already, you know. But just wait until you understand I bring up certain information. Now, let us hear Hutchinson's response. Right? People wife is out under the weather, you know, she's sick, so I have to take time.
Would have been many of you would have been seeing a demonstration that went on in Northwest St. Elizabeth. I don't want to go further into it, but I want you to understand, for every election that we have had, you have had the people coming out and demonstrating against me. And every election, I have won by a bigger majority. I told the area council a couple weeks ago that the demonstration was coming because I call it the pre-election demonstration because we know it's coming. And I won't get into the sort of people who are there, but some of them, you help them once, you help them twice, and the time you don't help them, then turn around cuss you. One of them has sent on farm work, and after 3 weeks, the man come back home, said the work too tough, he can't manage it. And then he now want the MP to support him. Another one you see in the picture, him admit that him got 50 chicken and 5 bag of feed from me, but I never give him the black drum. So you understand the people that I deal with in my constituency. So no matter what happened, they have become good. The rest of them who were there get $5,000 and a box lunch.
All right, take it away. So, all right, Mr. Hutchinson, right? Yeah, we want you to take the ride now, you know. Right? Because you claim that each time that they came out and, you know, when they vote, right, you perform better. But I want you to take the ride this time. But while you're taking the ride this time, I am going to show out a little thing about you, Mr. Hutchinson. You understand? To remind the people that when they're riding this time, particularly when we get into the general election, they must remember this about Mr. Hutchinson. Yeah, Mr. Hutchinson, we flag a long time, you know. We know, say, you're corrupted to the core. And Mr. Hutchinson, let me say to the Jamaican people, maybe you are one of the 8. Yes, as it relates to illicit enrichment. So let me warn you and prep you from now. You understand? Yeah. So let me fly some records where you are concerned, Mr. Hutchinson. Without any delay, do this. Let us show you that you're under the microscope of the IC. Now, Mr. Hutchinson, here it is. Family man J.C. Hutchinson hit by second nepotism claim in 2 years. Yes, Mr. Hutchinson. Thursday, October 20, 2022. Let us show the date. Prime Minister Andrew Holness and now Speaker Marissa Dalrymple Filbert have been urged to sanction William J.C. Hutchinson, a member of the executive, for actions adjudged to constitute a conflict of interest and for being cited for nepotism by Jamaica anti-corruption body. Come on, Mr. JC, they'll fling this out there. The Integrity Commission released a damning report Wednesday detailing the actions of Hutchinson that led to adverse conclusions about the senior government lawmakers' influence in his son Jason's company benefiting from the award of state contracts. Stand by, Mr. Hutchinson. We're coming at you. It was the second chastening of J.C. Hutchinson in 2 years after he was demoted by the Prime Minister after being embroiled in the Allen Estate scandal that also involved his son and live-in partner. Kevin Stevenson, Director of Investigation at the Integrity Commission, reported that the government lawmaker directly and or ostensibly authorized Claudette Baker Archer, coordinator of the Constituency Development Fund, to recommend Prasta Electrical and Construction, a private entity owned by his son Jason, for the award of contracts by the East St. Elizabeth Municipal Corporation for the supply of electrical material and supplies. We're coming at you, Mr. Hutchinson. The chief investigator at the commission concluded that the MP directly or ostensibly authorized Baker Archer to sign correspondence on his behalf requesting payment on behalf of Prasta Electrical and Construction in relation to electrical material and our services supplied by the reference entity at the Lacovia Community Center. Further, Stevenson concluded that Williams Hutchinson recommendation of Prasta Electrical and Construction for the award of contracts amounted to a conflict of interest. MP Hutchinson, when contacted by the cleaner for the comment Wednesday afternoon, said he was unable to respond as he had not yet seen the report. He unable to respond. Stevenson launched a probe into allegations of nepotism, impropriety, and irregularity on January 26, 2021. Take it away on him. Now, these are the people that Andrew only surrounded himself around, right? We have people set up, right, all sort of shell companies, right, put their son, right, as share person, right, have contracts, government contracts awarded to them and so forth, right, overcharge, dip in our treasury, do all sort of, you know, that is one of the reasons why also now Andrew Holness want to move the Corruption Act, right? We cannot allow that. Now, so it is not a surprise when Hutchinson, right, in the business of giving them a box food, in the business of buying votes, right? Now, Jamaican people, I want you to listen to this. because you are bigger than this. Your life doesn't value a box food, right? Your future value good healthcare, good security, good education, collective benefit for all Jamaican people. And so then, guess what now? We have to make Damian Crawford talk to you people, right? And teach Hutchinson, right, what to do. Because Hutchinson continue to give the people snakes and stones to eat. So let Damian Crawford teach him a lesson without any delay. Let us pray, right? Damian Crawford, giving him a full education where that is concerned.
So let the power fall on us. Let the power fall on us. Oh, let the power of heaven fall on us. Yes! I'm going to stand on the protocols that have been observed because time is short. But I must pay respect to the leader of the People's National Party, Mark Jefferson Gold. I have to big up my supporters from Northwest St. Catherine, but I will never forget the efforts of those in East Portland and my people from East Rural Center. But this speech might not make everybody happy, because as far as I'm concerned, Jamaica is still a Christian country. We know that because the anthem is a prayer, and the PNP is still a Christian party, because with steadfast assurance, God will look out. It means something to be a Christian country, because we should live by the principles of Christianity. And it means something to be a Christian party, because we should be guided by the principles of Christianity. And one such principle is that God is the Father. And the Bible said, who among us, if our children ask for bread, will give them stone, and if our children ask for fish, we'll give them serpent. Too many of our children are receiving stone and serpent from the Jamaica Labour Bank. In fact, 13,000 children this year did not achieve proficiency in mathematics. They asked for bread, they were given stone. 11,000 children did not achieve proficiency in English language. And then when it comes to CXC, it gets worse, because 18% of Jamaican children get 5 subjects, including maths and English. And then I hear that the Minister of Education is seeking a promotion. What can go so? By right, she should be asked for her resignation. But I understand what is happening in the JLP, because they have no talent. The JLP remind me of an artist that got to studio stone heap, and we have found the serpent nest. And I guarantee that in 5 years after we take government, we will defeat Trinidad, we will defeat Barbados in CXC the same way we treat them in Caribbean. I hear Peter Phillips say that education is on my mind. And no cartel is here. But when it comes to education, I am the teacher. The first stone heap that must be mashed out is that of absenteeism. In the rural area, 37% absenteeism. And in the urban area, 18% absenteeism. The first thing we're going to do is make sure we have boarding facilities for at least 30% of our school population. And then we are going to give 1 meal per child in school. The JP will quickly say, how can we afford it? But let me tell you something about afford. They say they can't afford 1 meal per child in school, but they will afford 3 meals per adult in prison. What can go so? Let me tell you something about afford. They will say they can't afford to board a child in school for 5 years, but they're planning a big investment in prison to board you with gun for 15 and with murder for 30. What can go so? And then we're going to ensure we fight to keep our teachers. We are going to put a teacher retention plan that make it easier for a teacher to own a house, for a teacher to drive a car, for a teacher to be comfortable in the classroom and in the staff room. We will meet with the embassies and our friends from the embassies who want our talent to help us to prepare an investment so that they can get and we can have and our children aren't left without teachers. But you see, after that investment, you see who want to prevent our 1 degree per household. You see who want to have our children being recruited by gangs and molested by adults. I am giving you you see, after that investment, you see who encouraging our children into gambling and truancy and alcoholism. I am giving you a new day. It's dawning.
All right. So let us take that away. Right? Now, people, the few clips that I'm going to go into now, I want us to pay attention to this. We always hear Andrew Honest came out and he always bash that PNP had done nothing for 18 years. And I am surprised, I must say this, that it is the same Andrew Honest now who is shedding light, right, that the PNP helped as it relates to pushing Jamaica forward. People don't hear what I just said. And so then I say, okay. But again, as it relates to the art of the demon always mix the truth with the lies. And so then he's trying to, put a narrative out there as to say that GLP, right, did not damage the economy, but helped to build the economy as it relates to the history of our politics. That part is not true. That part is not true. And so then I gathered the evidence to show Andrew. But just imagine that Andrew Holness always speak about, right? PNP had done nothing for 18 years. But tonight, people, I want you to listen to him. Without any delay, play the next chapter as we acknowledge this moment. Listen to Andrew Holness, people.
This chapter mastered the lessons from this chapter in our journey. It is not something that we're going to unlearn. In fact, you can't. We have learned how to ride that bicycle. We have learned that. That is now ingrained in us. So now it's time to move to the next chapter, to learn something new and build on what we have learned before. This success that we now celebrate and mark officially was a national effort. And I believe it is important for me to stress this. And it is not my intention to lay singular claim to this. So let me express my deepest gratitude to all who played a role in this transformation. Leaders from both sides of the political aisle, business leaders, our civil service, unions, members of our civil society, but most importantly, you, the Jamaican people, in particular, the Jamaican worker. So I want to specially recognize and thank the Honorable Bruce Golding, former Prime Minister, the Most Honorable Portia Simpson Miller, former Prime Minister, the Honorable Peter Phillips, former Leader of the Opposition and former Minister of Finance, the Honorable Audley Manaya.
Stop it right here. Take him away. Stop it. Stop it and take him away. Because, I am not going to give him, right, any extra time on this platform. Can you imagine people that came out of his mouth? But at the same time, right, giving honors to Bruce Golding. But you're wrong, Andrew. You said that you have ride that old cycle and you have now come to, right, fruition that you need to speak the truth. Well, we will take that from you. But escape him out tonight. We will take that from you because we know that is the truth. But I am going to show you the truth, the facts, right? That where we are today, if the Jamaica Labour Party did not hold us back, pulled us back, tell lies, create mayhem, wickedness, and evil, Jamaica today would be better than Singapore. Jamaica today would be better than Singapore. We have seen what the Bruce Golding-led government had done with the economy. Damaged the economy. And the history that exists, the record that exists, is Portia Simpson and Peter Phillips had built it back. And I want every Jamaican to hear what he just said, right? Giving kudos now to Portia Simpson giving kudos now to Peter Phillips. Can you believe that? But let me just correct him and show him certain things. Yeah, in terms of him speaking the truth fully and come with full circle of the truth. I am going to go to what we call the IMF lending case. That the IMF is going to speak to the history of what transpired as it relates to Bruce Golding and how Portia Simpson and Peter Phillips transcend from where the economy was in an abyss on the floor, right? And where Portia Simpson and Peter Phillips had brought it back from the grave. People, without any hesitation, let me bring up the IMF lending case and show you people. Now, without any delay, let us go to the IMF lending case where the Jamaican, and this is, let me say this, people, before I present the clip. This is the reason why Andrew Wallace, what Andrew Wallace had seen in Moran Bay, right? We are going to be continue to be on social media. We are going to be continue to speak the truth. We are going to continue to show the people the evidence. And the people are going to see the evidence, and the people are going to be aware and make right and informed decision. So then, what this means, that no matter how much money you spend, right, it's not going to work. Last night, it was for me the reason as it relates to the need to have full representation. And Portland, East Portland, we are coming at you to show you that Anne-Marie Vaz, right? Someone who did not make it to university level. So then if you go to university and you enroll into the university and you can't pass a degree, right? You waste the parents' money. And here you are, want to come now sit in parliament. What are you going to do in parliament? What are you doing in parliament for us, Anne-Marie? When you're jumping up on the political campaign, what are you contributing? Huh? Carpet road, carpet surface. So you put on some Baba Green on the road, and then what? Rainfall 2 days after and wash it off. That is what you want to contribute in East Portland. You want to run against high academia. You want to run against an Isaac Buchanan, right? High intellect, who had even gone to the Privy Council and defended what he had defended. Isaac Buchanan has the capacity to fight for the people in East Portland and has the brain power, the critical thinking skills to deliver service. What do you have? What do you have to deliver? What do you have? Your complexion is not going to work, my dear. We need brain power. Brain power we need in East Portland. We don't need no fascism, no badmanism. We don't need a system where people have to continue to buy water. Right? We need ideas, creativity, creative mind to think of how the people can get tap water in their yard, in their house. Not for you to truck water, right, and collect money from them. You're running a business, right, and the people's back. You're running a business and the people, they need a circumstance. Using the people circumstances to benefit yourself. Yes, boss. Yeah? What are you doing? Right? There you have someone without, I mean, come on. And you want to eat syrup with Isaac Buchanan? We are not going to allow the people to be fooled as though they once fooled, right? And they did not receive the message that coming from Damian Crawford, right? Just imagine if that time that Damian Crawford talking about farming, rearing goats, right? How many goats would have been there now? They did not listen. They listened to Anne-Marie Vaz, right? They listened to Gareth Vaz. And what happened to the people today? What happened to the people today? So, Mr. Vaz, just take back yourself, right? Man, you need to stay at home. Right? You're clueless. You're clueless. So we don't want that sort of leadership. So we are telling East Portland so this time around, have somebody who has the capacity, the capability, and the ability to move Portland East forward. Right? Yes. So now let us go to the IMF lending case to show our Jamaican people, right, what the PNP has done for years. So every time that the People's National Party make 2 steps forward, the Jamaican Labour Party hold them back, come back as a man, right? Because we have to deal with some corruption. We have to into the corruption from 1954, right? Jamaican Labour Party just believe from 1954 under the sort of culture that they executed, you understand, from Bustamante, that selfish is better than education. You must believe in that. If you choose Anne-Marie Vaz over Damian Crawford, what are you saying? Selfish is better than education. But we will not be saying it again, right? Because we are changing the culture of that. We are educating the people. That you cannot be saying this time around that selfish is better than education. No, we are going to convert that. Education is better than selfish. And so then, make sure you vote for Isaac Buchanan. To every vote that go for Isaac Buchanan, you are saying education is better than selfish. Let us go into the IMF lending case and teach Andrew Holness lesson of history, good lesson of history. Okay, let us bring it up because I want them to see. This is what we continue to do here. We want people to make informed decisions and to understand, right, the fight what the PNP have to fight to go through to bring this country forward. Take it out of the hands of the Jamaica Labour Party, the labor rights. Now let us read. This is the Jamaica and the IMF, the power of partnership and ownership, right? May 2009, 19. Now, after gaining independence in 1962, Jamaica enjoyed strong economic growth and achieved middle income status quickly. 3 decades later, income started to plateau, including following a massive financial crisis in the 1990s. This is where the Jamaica Labour Party first attacked our financial system. The 1990 financial meltdown, Edward Siaga, Dan Crawford, Paul Cheng Young, Hugh Croskery, that now feature in SSL, and feature also with Andrew Holness. And a further setback after the 2008 global financial crisis. Challenges have ranged from policy missteps that led to high public debt to vulnerability to natural disaster, immigration and brain drain, and high crime by 2013. Jamaica public debt had reached an historic high of about 147% of GDP. People want to mark this, you know. I want you to mark this, you know. So when Andrew Holness out there brags and I talk how him pay down the GDP, you understand? When Andrew Holness out there brags, here is the evidence for all of us to see who caused the high cost of the GDP, right? It goes to tell you that Bruce Golding, right? Remember that Bruce Golding was the prime minister between 2007 to 2011. Remember 2012, Mama P take it over, right? And have to go and beg the IMF. So let us go, get into this. By 2013, Jamaica public debt had reached a historic high of about 147% of GDP. This is what Mama P, Portia Simpson took over, making it one of the most indebted countries in the world. Right? So this aftermath caused by Bruce Golding. Now, let us get down into the program. I want to teach people. Program ownership and design. After a debt exchange in 2010, you get into the Bruce Golding era now. IMF is speaking now. After a debt exchange in 2010, and yet another IMF-supported program that went off track. Remember now, in 2011, the country was on the verge of an economic meltdown under Bruce Golding, 2011. Right? This is the period between Bruce Golding and Andrew Holness. Because remember that Andrew Holness also took over 2011. May I take you through the history? I am patching you through the history. I am guiding you through the history for better understanding. With no access to international capital markets, Jamaica once again turned to the IMF in the spring 2013. Now this is Mama Portia Simpson time. Because Mama P won in 2012, right? And got, you understand, the big 147% of GDP, right, debt burden to carry. Mama P now have that burden now to carry. The difference between Portia Simpson administration and the Jamaica Labour Party administration, they didn't have that high debt burden. You understand? Where Portia Simpson, right, have to go on her knees, right? So let us speak the truth, Prime Minister. Jamaica once again turned to the IMF in spring 2013 for financial support. With its preceding weak track record of reform, significant budget financing from international and development partners was less forthcoming. People don't hear that. Jamaica needed a second debt exchange and a primary surplus of 7.5% of GDP to help stabilize the economy and address long-standing structural challenges. The public said enough is enough. The Economic Program Oversight Committee was formed. Portia Simpson formed this. Let me tell Andrew Holness this. Right? It is not Nigel Clark who formed this. Portia Simpson formed this. The Economic Program Oversight Committee was formed so that stakeholders from the private sector, union, government, academia, and the media could come together to hold the government accountable for its reform commitments and fiscal discipline under the reform program, with that as described by Finance Minister Nigel Clark. And I like how Nigel Clark had described that. You understand? Taking out the banner as it relates to what Portia Simpson had established. Mark it down clear in your book, people. What began as an IMF program became Jamaica's program with the IMF support. Right? Under 2013 Extended Fund Facility and subsequently the 2016 precautionary standby arrangement, which was signed with a new administration, the Jamaican authorities over the past 6 years, with strong capacity building support from international financial institutions and other partners, have made significant progress in stabilizing the economy and improving social outcomes. In particular, fiscal and external sustainability have been restored. Jamaica has achieved a level of unprecedented fiscal discipline across 2 governments. Hear that, people? Across 2 governments. So let us take that away. Take that away. So when we hear Nigel Clark and we hear Andrew Holness speaking of 24 years ago, nothing this and nothing that, and they are the one who do this and do that, you know, obviously all of that, they are lies. Lies upon lies, lies upon lies. Right? Arthur Reed, social media, best thing that has ever happened to Jamaica and the world. We have teachers on social media, politicians cannot hide, and the people don't have to wait to hear the both mainstream narrative. Exactly. So this is where we talk about the truth. Now let me give you a little tick-tack note in terms of not only that, but Peter Phillips also highlighted it on an interview with Colin Bell. And that is going to be, right, our last clip for tonight, right, in showing, right, the evidence in terms of what happened, right, as it relates to the disaster that Bruce Golding had put Jamaica economy in, and how Portia Simpson and Peter Phillips, right, had to save the Jamaica economy, right, and that is the truth in terms of the record. So without any delay, let us play Dr. Peter Phillips with Colin Bell interview.
What would you say was your best moment, or the moment you feel the best about in your political life?
Well, you know, I think that there are many things that struck me. I think that taking the country from the brink of economic and financial disaster and being part of that cabinet under the leadership of Comrade Simpson Miller, that really struggled hard to get a program of support from the International Monetary Fund and from the World Bank and the IDB, that really took us from the brink of disaster, because quite frankly, there was a view in Washington at that time, in the IMF. It's not a secret. It's been written about in you know, publications like the Financial Times and others, that there were those who felt that they should make Jamaica crash. Because
Dr. Phillips, I am happy that you pointed out that as one of the moments that you really cherish. And that's where we want to get into. Tell us, Dr. Phillips, when you came into office after that Bruce Golding, Andrew Holness led administration, where did you find Jamaica economy?
Well, we were basically, to put it figuratively, on our face as a country.
On our face.
On our face. There was a huge level of distrust in the international community, particularly in the IMF at the time, and the World Bank also, and the IDB, which felt that the Jamaican administration, the one that we succeeded, the JLP administration,
right,
had basically not fulfilled the requirements of the IMF program that they had entered into in 2010 and not met their obligations either in relation to the debt exchange, the so-called JDX that they had entered into with the banks and the Jamaican bondholders locally, and that we were basically, we had taken the money, a lot of which was front-ended, meaning that they gave a lot of money at the start of the program.
Yes.
And that the government of Jamaica had not met its obligations. We were our reserves were dwindling as we got into office, because at that time we were basically closed off from the international community.
All right. So there it is, right? Where Peter Phillips, right, going back in time, right, speaking, the truth as it relates to what transpired then, right, after the Portia Simpson-led government had taken over the government, right, from Bruce Golding, that we were looking into an economic abyss, right? And where, all the lending agency, the IMF, the World Bank, they were moving away, right, from Jamaica, right? Because Jamaica was in such a terrible position. And, miraculously, I can't use any other adverb to describe that. But, miraculously, that Portia Simpson and Peter Phillips, right, had done what they had done and, bring back, right, the economy. And here we are today, that what Portia Simpson and Peter Phillips had done had now becomes a springboard, right, for this administration. And the saddest thing, my people, in terms of, what the People's National Party had done, right, and now we are now looking into a situation that the honest truth is that we don't know the damage that, the Jamaican Labour Party had done to the economy. We'll have to just wait until Mark Golding going and you have true audit running, and then, we will be getting all the alarm bells ringing off, right? Because we really don't really know the true status of the economy, right? Because we know that Andrew Holness administration keep on suppressing, right, certain information and all of that, right? Not wanting the people to really have an understanding or the true understanding of the economic status, right? And so then we only can know the truth when a Mark Golding goes in, right? And when audit start to be executed, then Jamaica can realize, you understand, what really transpired. But it is so sad to know after what Portia Simpson had done and Peter Phillips had done, right? Today, as we know it, Jamaica, what we are facing, we are now currently facing a $2.3 trillion dollars in total debt. And to know that $1.7 trillion, $1.7 trillion unaccounted for under the Jamaica Labour Party administration. The economy as we speak, right, we are not paying down the debt. We are servicing the debt. When the Andrew Holness-led government took the economy over, right, the total debt that we had was $2 trillion, right? So just imagine now that the total debt that we have now is $2.3 trillion. It simply means that we are not paying down the debt, we are servicing the debt, right? If you look on the import and the export, We are importing partially, right, 7 point something billion dollars worth of import, right? And we are only exporting 1.9 billion, a trade deficit of 5.8 billion. So people, you can do the maths. You can cringe the maths for yourself and knowing definitely that the country is not paying down the debt, we are servicing the debt. However, right, we have to make sure that we keep our focus on agriculture, right, keep our focus on manufacturing, right? The People's National Party government, you understand, have the plans, have the mandate, will do that. And so then, of course, we have to ride on the journey on that in terms of building a better future for Jamaican people. You can see where NHT in this situation, right, is, you know, the poor people cannot really afford NHT home. It is out of their ballpark, right? But yet, Andrew Wallace was able to take millions of NHT money and lend it to his friend Dexim. We have seen that, right? The level of corruption, nepotism, cronyism, skullduggery, the list goes on. Corruption after corruption. The country simply cannot run like that. We have to make sure that we put in a government, right, that caring for the people needs, right? I had played, you know, the clip as it relates to the situation that being investigated with NHT. NHT showing surplus of 28.8 billions of dollars, but yet how many persons are getting homes, right? It's just crazy, right? Crazy. So these are the situations that we have to deal with, right? Serious situation that keep on suppressing, right? The country future in terms of going forward, and yet Andrew Warren is out there singing prosperity, while he's making sure that he's suffering the Jamaican people. So we understand who Andrew Warren is, right? And so then, no sense of AI showing building in futuristic reference what they are going to do. We don't want to see that. For Andrew Warren had spent 9 years, right? Going 9 years in government. He should be speaking in the past tense. He should be saying that we have done this, we have done that, we achieved this, we achieved that in the past tense, as opposed to we are going to. Just as he is going to fix the tri-bridge, going to fix, not we had fixed the tri-bridge. So Andrew Wallace, what we want you to do, right, in terms of your government, if you can convert it, right, the narrative, right, from speaking futuristically, we would prefer for you, right, to make those references in the past tense that this administration, we had fixed the tri-bridge, this administration had done this, had done that, as opposed to after 8 years, with an exception 2 months to make 9 years, we are going to, futuristically, we don't want to hear your promises. Remember that we have you on record as it relates to your first 100 days. That you are going to this, you are going to that in your first 100 days. No, you have gone years beyond your first 100 days. Andrew Wallace, what had happened? Nothing what is said had delivered. So the people get your message. We get your message. And the people, they are going to answer you as what we have done today, right, in Moran Bay. We are going to answer you accordingly in the general election. So anticipate that, Andrew Wallace. It is coming. Remember, it is coming. Now, let me just hand over to Wifey as it relates to Jeopardy, because I know Jeopardy people, we didn't have Jeopardy last week, but Jeopardy is here this week. So stand by for Jeopardy. All right, Wifey, you can take over.
Okay, guys. Thank you so much for joining the discussion and making it interactive as usual. Really appreciate each and every one. And the victory was a good look. So let's see what Andrew Oles is gonna come with now, because as I say, you can fool some of the people some of the time, but you can't fool all the people all the time. When I'm finished, I'll come and talk to you about it. Come back upstairs. I am not quite done yet, and I will be reporting it to the school. Okay, guys. So we're going to go into Jeopardy. So we're going to be playing for credit. It's $1,000 Jamaican credit to the person with the most points, and then we will have 4 runners up of $500 each, Digicel or Flow. The questions are in the form of a statement. You answer in the form of a question. If it's the name of a person, it is who is, and then the name. If it's a thing or place, then it is what is, and then the answer. So let me just go ahead and share the template. Okay. Let me just get rid of the logo so you can see properly. All right, so tonight's categories are science, religious education, geography, plants, and continents. So as usual, throw out a category, the first one that I see, that's what we're going to start with. And then whoever answers the question correctly will choose the next question, and we will continue like that until the board is empty. Use the back of that. All right, so throw out a category so that we can start.
Recorded it out.
Let's see. Send your reply. All right, so nobody's starting. Nobody's starting, then I'm gonna end, and then we can. Oh, that Melissa in geography for 300.
Okay.
Right, so geography for 300. Name of the river that flows through the Brazil rainforest. Name the river that flows through the Brazil rainforest. Name of the river that flows through the Brazil rainforest. All right, I see the answer that I'm looking for. No delays, and it is what is the Amazon. So the Amazon River flows through the Brazil rainforest. Let's see who first came in with the correct response. That is for 300 points. Truck Life for 300 points.
Well,
then Don Mill, Brittany, Arsenal. Remember, guys, you have to answer in the form of a question. What is?
For 300 points, Truck Life?
Yeah. Yeah, so Truck Life is continuing with geography for 500. Oh, and it's double score. Pick that up early. Name the 5 oceans of the world. Name the 5 oceans of the world. Name the 5 oceans of the world. Let's see. Missing one. We're still missing one. What is Southern? Put it back twice. Guys are still missing one. Arsenal, you put Atlantic twice. So let me see. Yeah. Okay, so I see the answer that I'm looking for. It's in two, put it the other part at the bottom. But the answer is Atlantic, Pacific, Indian, Arctic, and the Antarctic. Those are the 5 oceans of the world, and that is for 500 points. So, and it's a double score answer. So whoever gets the 500 points, it's gonna be increased to 1,000. All right, so let's see who answered it correctly. Artnell.
Artnell?
Yeah. All right, Artnell, choose the next category.
How much
1,000.
Artnell, 1,000? What?
So choose the next category and for how many points, or if you want to continue with that category.
Artnell is the second winner, right?
Second person, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So the score as it is, Short Life on 300 points, Artnell on 1,000 points.
Yeah, now choose the next category and for how many points, whether of science, religious, education, you want to continue with geography, plants, or continents.
You're working tomorrow,
I'm charged tomorrow, so
okay.
Should be too bad. All right, I'll choose the next category. You won this question, so you have to choose another category and for how many points. So do you want geography again, plants, continents, and for how many points? All right. Just gonna all right, I'll just continue with geography. All right. So name this monument. Name this monument. I think its internet is delayed. I think your internet is delayed, Arsenal. You might need to refresh your internet. All right, I see the answer that I'm looking for, and it is the Eiffel Tower. And remember, spelling counts, guys, so you have to pay attention to your spelling. So let's see who first came in with the correct response, and that is for 200 points. Donmel, 200 points.
Donmel.
Then Natsel. Welcome to everyone who recently joined. Happy Friday.
Donmel for 200 points.
Yeah, Chocolate, Tiffany. That's how the answers came in. Chocolate also. Okay, so Donmel is saying 400. Country where the Great Pyramids of Giza is located. Country where the Great Pyramids of Giza is located. Right, I see the answer that I'm looking for, and it is what is Egypt. So the Great Pyramids of Giza are located in Egypt, and that's for 400 points. So let's see who picked up those 400 points. Jeez, oh my God. I am still live, and I'm not going to talk until I'm finished. So Struck Life, then Natzel, Donmel, Tiffany. That's how the answers came in.
Much points for Chuck Life?
400 points. He's finishing geography for 100. Name this monument. Name this monument. Bless up, Andrew. Welcome. Right, I see the answer that I am looking for, and it is what is Taj Mahal. So that is the Taj Mahal, and that is for 100 points. So let's see. What am I doing? Let's see who first came in with the correct response. Andrew for 100 points. Then Donmel, Tiffany. There are a few persons whose internet's lagging. All right, so choose the next category, and for how many points, Andrew? For 100. This part of a plant helps keep the plant firmly in the ground. This part of a plant helps keep the plant firmly in the ground. All right, I see the answer that I'm looking for, and it is what is the root. So the root of the plant, keep it firmly in the ground, and that is for 100 points. So first on the board for 100 points is Truck Life, then Andrew at Truck Life, 100 points. Natsel, Tiffany, Donmel, Tiffany again, Osmel, and Don James.
Score as it is: Andrew on 100 points, Donmel 200 points, Artnell 1,000 points. Truck Life, 800 points.
Okay, plans for 200 says Truck Life. This part of a plant acts like an elevator, moving water and food up and down and through the plant. This part of a plant acts like an elevator, moving water and food up and down and through the plant. All right, I see the answer that I'm looking for, and it is, what is the stem? So the stem is the answer. So let's see who picked up those 200 points. Truck Life, Ricardo. Bless up, Ricardo. Happy Friday.
Truck Life, pick up the 200 points.
Yeah. Tiffany, not Zell. So basically everybody came in. Okay, no problem. Yeah. Okay, plans for 300. A plant's food supply is created in this part of a plant. A plant's food supply is created in this part of a plant.
It's so creative. You can't find no talented person like that. No talent.
All right, I see the answer that I'm looking for, and it is, what is the leaf? Through the photosynthesis and sunlight and water. So the leaves, and that is for 300 points. Oh. Blessings, Art Nell. Oh, he says he's got to go. Figure out a few wins. Truck Life and Tiffany. So 300 points to Truck Life. And Tiffany, Ricardo, not Zell.
So the score as it is.
Spelling, hold on. He said spelling. Leaves is more than one. And the leaf is one. So I think because it's either way, one leaf, many leaves, it should be okay as long as they have the leaf to say that's where the food is made. Just that I put leaves, but it can be leaf because that's the answer. That's where the food is made. Leaves is just more than one. All right. Yeah. Continue.
Yeah. Andrew on 100 points. Danmel 200 points. Arnell 1,000 points. Truck Life 1,300 points.
Truck Life is saying plants for 400. This part of the plant takes water and nutrients from the soil and sends it to the other parts of the plant. So this part of the plant takes water and nutrients from the soil and sends it to other parts of the plant. All right, I see the answer that I'm looking for, and it is the roots. So the roots of the plant, roots are root, same thing. More than one is root, one root. So 400 points. So that takes the water and nutrients from the soil and send it to other parts of the plant. And that is for 400 points. All right, let's see who first came in with the correct response. Ricardo. Then Tiffany. All right, choose the next category.
Ricardo, how much for Ricardo?
400. I choose the next category and for how many points. So it's finishing plants for 500. This part of a plant can become a fruit when pollinated. This part of a plant can become a fruit when pollinated? All right, I see the answer that I'm looking for, and it is the flower. So the flower of a plant can become a fruit when it is pollinated, and that is for 500 points. So let's see who picked up those 500 points. You just refresh. Tiffany, 500 points. Then Natsel, Ricardo, Dunmel. So the answers came in. All right, so choose the next category, and for how many points? We have 3 categories left on the board. Science for 200. Okay, make sure. Number of bones shark have in total. What's the total number of bones that are found in a shark? Total number of bones found in a shark. All right, no delays. I see the answer I'm looking for, and it is what is 0. A shark doesn't have any bones. And that is for 200 points. So we all learned something new tonight. Let me just refresh. Ricardo, Natzel, Tiffany, and
how much points for Ricardo?
200. You said science for 300. The planet Earth is surrounded by different layers of gas, which when taken together we call them. The planet Earth is surrounded by different layers of gas, which when taken together we call them. What do we call the gas, collective gas? That is that surrounds different that surrounds the Earth. All right, I see the answer I'm looking for, and it is what is atmosphere. So atmospheric gases. All right, so that is for 300 points. So let's see who picked up those 300 points. Andrew. No, spelling. No. Dunmel. 300 points.
Dunmel?
Atmosphere, yeah. Then Nutzel. Andrew corrected his spelling. Ricardo. All right, so choose the next category, and for how many points, Dunmel? Oh. Okay. ES or just science? Just waiting on Donmel to choose again. He made an error. Okay, science for 400. A Geiger counter is used to measure. A Geiger or Geiger, or however it's pronounced, counter is used to measure. Gauger, or Gauger counter is used to measure. Chat is frozen. Right, I see the answer that I'm looking for, known delays, and it is what is radiation. So that is used to measure ionizing radiation, yes. Right, and that is for 400 points. So let's see who picked up those 400 points. Again. All right. So first on the board with the correct response is Ricardo for 400 points. So Ricardo, choose the next category and for how many points? Science for 500. And it is a double point answer. When you open a bottle of wine and leave it exposed to the air, the ethanol in it reacts with oxygen. This reactions form, so name the reaction that is formed. So when you open a bottle of wine and leave it exposed to the air, the ethanol in it reacts with oxygen. This reaction forms. What is the reaction that is formed? What is the end product? Not the process. What is the end product? When it goes through the oxidization and all of that, what is the end product that you're going to get? Bless up, Jean. Happy Friday. Okay. Tiffany, you're warm. It's an acid, but not that acid. End product is an acid. No, I'm not seeing the answer yet. Let me just go back up just in case I missed it somewhere. It's a two-word answer. The last part is acid. Just to give you a clue. And it has to do with the ethanol. So it has to do with the ethanol, and then the other word is the acid. Just to give you a clue. The process. I need the end product after it goes through the process. Okay, I see the answer that I am looking for. All right, and it is, drum roll, ethanolic acid. Sorry, I missed off the L. It's supposed to be ethanolic acid. And that is for 1,000 points. So Tiffany, 1,000 points.
Tiffany?
Yeah. So Tiffany, choose the next category and for how many points? Ush Ricardo. Ricardo said this made my head hot me. So 100, so she's completing that. This is connecting the muscles to the bones. Everybody run out. What do you call the tissues that connects the muscles to the bones? All right, I see the answer that I'm looking for, and it is what is tendons. And that is for 100 points. So tendons connect the muscles to the bones. Ricardo, 100 points, and everybody else came in with tendon as well. All right, choose the next category. 2 categories are left. Religious education is sent for 100. After this one, you can give the score.
Okay.
According to the Gospel of Matthew, Jesus' first public sermon took place here. According to the Gospel of Matthew, Jesus' first public sermon took place here. His first public sermon. Where did it take place? All right, I see the answer that I'm looking for. And it is what is the Sermon on the Mount. Mount, mountain, same thing. Excuse me. Sermon on the oh, she had mount, not mountain. I thought she had mountain. All right. So that goes to Tiffany for 100 points. Sorry, guys.
So the score as it is, Andrew on 100 points, Donmel 500 points, Artnell 1,000 points, Ricardo 1,100 points, Short Life 1,300 points, Tiffany 1,600 points. Tiffany leading.
So Tiffany is continuing with religious education for 200. He baptized Jesus. Everybody run out. Make his Sunday school teacher proud. Everybody run out. Right, I see the answer that I'm looking for, and it is who is John the Baptist. And that is for 200 points. We just refresh. So first on the board is Donmel with 200 points. And everybody else came in with John the Baptist.
Crocodile didn't put more water. Heavy shine. My God.
All right, choose the next category. And for how many points was that? Tiffany? Okay, she's continuing with religious education for 300. Meaning of the word gospel. What the word gospel means. So, no, it was Donmel, but it's Donmel. So Donmel, religion for 300. Right, I see the answer that I am looking for, and it is what is good news. So gospel means good news, and that is for 300 points. So let's see who picked up those 300 points. Tiffany, then Andrew. So Tiffany for 300 points.
Tiffany?
Yeah. Tiffany, choose the next category and for how many points? Ricardo, yeah, looks so.
Tiffany, I'll give it to him.
Yeah, choose the next category. Tiffany apparently says at home. So 400. The tax collector that climbed up a tree so he could see Jesus. Name the tax collector who climbed up a tree so he could see Jesus. Let me see the correct spelling. Still. All right. So apparently my spelling is off. I'm missing an A. So H-A-E-U-S. All right. Oops. All right. So the answer is Zach. No, I didn't miss it. So I missed writing it in the book. That's why, but not on the board. All right. So it's who is Zacchaeus, and that is for 400, and that's the spelling. Okay. All right. So Dunmel for 400 points. Then Tiffany, Ricardo, Truck Life. That's how the answers came in.
Daniel for 400 points.
Yeah. All right. Dunmel, choose the next category and for how many points? All right, he's saying religion for 500, so completing that, and it's a double point answer as well. Meaning of Israel in Hebrew. So the meaning of Israel in Hebrew.
Look on this.
Let's see. Okay, so it can have several meanings. So the first one that I see, I am going to take it. It can be El God, persist / rules, struggle with God, one that struggles with the divine angel, one who has prevailed with God, a man seeing God, he will rule as God, Prince of God. All right, and the one that I had was prevails with God, but apparently there are multiple meanings. So the first one that I see, I will just, out of the list here, I will just go with that. All right, and that is for 1,000 points. Angel. And okay, the one who struggles with divine angels, one who prevails with God. All right, so first, the first one I see is, I'm just making sure, Tiffany for 1,000 points. Then Andrew's behind her with one who struggles with God. No, where is it? No, one who prevails with God. And it continues. So it's struggle with angels, not with divine angel, not with God. All right, so choose the next category. Oh, I think there's only one category left. Sorry. Let me just reveal the board there. So continents is what is left. So how many points do you want to start continent with, Tiffany? 100. All right, there are this many continents. How many continents are there? All right, I see the answer that I'm looking for, and it is 7. And they are Asia, Africa, North and South America, which is 1 each. So that's 4. Antarctica, Australia, and Europe. And that is for 100 points. So let's see who first picked up those 100 points. Ricardo for 100 points. Then Truck Life and most persons came in with 7. So Ricardo is saying 400. This continent has the most populated cities. This continent has the most populated cities. This continent has the most populated cities. Okay, I see the answer now in the list. Asia. So Asia has the most populated cities, and that's for 400. So let's see who picked up those 400 points. Ricardo, Donmel, and
Ricardo,
Andrew.
400 points.
Yeah. So, and then Natsel came in with Asia. All right, how many points? How many points do you want, Ricardo? $200. The hottest continent on Earth. This is the hottest continent on Earth. Everybody run out. All right, I see the answer, no delays, and it is Africa. So Africa is the hottest continent on the Earth, and that is for 200 points. And Tiffany.
Much.
200. So Tiffany, let me see. Let me just reveal. So there's 300 and 500 left. How many points? Hmm. 300. In this country or continent, the River Nile meets the Mediterranean Sea. So in this country or continent, the River Nile meets the Mediterranean Sea. So you can either put the country or the continent where the River Nile meets the Mediterranean Sea. The first one that I see, that is what I am going to go with. All right, I see the answer that I am looking for. And it is, so it can either be Egypt or Africa. And that is for 300 points. So let's see who picked up those 300 points. Truck Life for 300 points, and Natville, Dunmel, Andrew put Egypt. And then the last one is 500, so I'm just going to reveal that. This continent has the oldest human fossils, such as skeletons and skulls. The continent is also referred to as the cradle of humankind. Everybody run out. This continent has the oldest human fossils, such as skeletons, and skulls. The continent is also referred to as the cradle of humankind. All right, I see the answer that I am looking for, and it is Africa, where civilization started. So it is the cradle of humankind, and that is for 500 points, and the board is finished. So let's see who picked up those 500 points. Tiffany, David, welcome.
Tiffany, get it?
500 points. And then David, Donmel, Dawn, that's all. Choice in Mama Africa. And that's all the answers came in. So thank you guys for your participation. Really appreciate everyone's participation. Congratulations to those who were able to answer. Congratulations to those who made the board. And congratulations to all the winners. Baron is tallying the points. So, guys, thank you again. This is Friday. As I always say, you could have been somewhere else, but you chose to be with us. So we do not take that for granted. And welcome on board to all the new subscribers. Welcome to the movement, and also for those who've joined us along the journey. Thank you, and still supporting. And for those who have been here from day one, thank you again. We really appreciate each and everyone.
Arnell make it on the board with 1,000 points. Okay, and Danmel 1,100 points. Ricardo and Truck Life on 1,600 each. You know that go. And Tiffany, take the prize away. Big up yourself, Tiffany. All right. Finally, where you have the lady strapped, properly strapped the gentleman tonight.
Which answer is that, Ronald? Ronald said he don't think that answer is correct. Which one of the answers to which question? Okay. All right, guys. So thank you again so much. I'm not going to delay because right now I feel like crap, and I'm not normally like this, but as you all realize, I'm not feeling well. Right now I'm roasting with fever. So I'm going to take some medication and go lie down. So thank you so much for she is busy, Donmel. She's a new mom, so she's a bit busy, so she joins us when she can. Yeah, I still communicate with her on WhatsApp and she messages me. So yeah, she joins in when she can because she's a new mom, so you know how that goes. All right, so thank you so much, guys. Yeah. Thank you so much, guys. Really appreciate each and everyone continued support, and have a wonderful rest full weekend for those who are not working, and for those who are working, I hope work will not be hectic for you. So until Tuesday, we'll see you. And again, thank you. Really love and appreciate each and every one. Thank you so much, Dawn. All right, guys. So safe travel on the gravel and one love. Thanks, Stephanie.